Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Garcia and I'm here to talk to you about the CSCC 2020 Annual Conference. CSCC stands for the Council for the Study of Community Colleges, and I'll talk to you a little bit about the conference, my experiences at the conference, and then how to submit a proposal for the conference. Before we get into that, though, I want to talk a little bit about who I am. I'm a fourth year doc student in the Higher Education Leadership Program at Western Michigan University. I'm also the graduate student representative for the CSCC Board of Directors. And in my day job, I am the director of WMU's Business Engagement Office. So CSCC is an affiliate of the American Association of Community Colleges and is a project of the Center for the Study of Community Colleges. The organization is focused on furthering research in the community college area. And so it brings together people like faculty members, researchers, community college practitioners, and students. And it brings them together in an annual conference to talk about issues that are related to community colleges. So every year they meet. Next year we'll be meeting in Tempe, Arizona. And it's really an opportunity for scholars and practitioners and students to get together and present their work and also learn more about what's happening in the world of research and community colleges. It is a wonderful conference. I will say that it's the best conference that I've ever been to. And there are a number of different reasons why, which I'll get into in a few minutes. But really, I feel like going to the conference the last 2 years has really helped my work and my research. And every year I can't wait to go. So, before you present at the conference, you have to submit a proposal. And so the organization really encourages proposals that advance knowledge and understanding of issues that are related to the community college enterprise. The great thing about this conference is that you're not only hearing from faculty members, but you're also hearing from students and you're hearing from practitioners and policymakers. So it's a very interesting conference where you learn so much. If you're thinking about submitting a proposal, you have to submit into one of their conference divisions. And those include equity, diversity, and international, leadership and organizations, policy and finance, students, teaching, learning, and faculty, and workforce and career education. In my experience, last year I submitted a proposal on Latina community college presidents, and I was unsure of which division to submit it to because it could technically go under leadership, but it also could go under diversity. And so I had to talk with my advisor and who's been to the conference and is a CSCC. She's going to be the president-elect, and she just said, I think you should submit under leadership. So if you're not quite sure where to submit, feel free to give me a call or email and we can talk about it. And if I'm unsure, I can find someone to steer you in the right direction. So there are 3 different types of presentations at CSCC. The first is either a research or scholarly paper presentation. And research presentations are focused on original empirical research on issues that are important to community colleges. So if you've done some kind of research study, you should submit there. However, if you've done, let's say, a literature review or you've synthesized research in some way, then you should submit under a scholarly paper presentation. You can also submit under roundtable, and this is where these sessions provide a discussion forum to share information about a topic of community college policy or practice, or one of historical, professional, or theoretical importance to community colleges. So the presenters at each roundtable share information about their topic in a very conversational manner, and then there are other presenters at the table, and then you all have a discussion with not only the presenters, but anyone else who's joined your discussion. So this is a really great way to get very intimate feedback, one-on-one feedback from people, as opposed to perhaps presenting a scholarly paper in a larger room presentation. Finally, you could submit under symposia. And symposia are focused thematic discussions which link together the work of a panel of presenters. And it's typically around an hour and 15 minutes. And the focus of the symposia is a very clearly identified theme or topic of interest and importance to community college researchers and practitioners. So on the panel, each panel member makes some type of brief presentation, and then there's time for discussion. So those are the different types of presentations. My experience is my first year, I presented a research paper along with my advisor, and then last year I presented my own scholarly paper, which was a literature review. I will say that presenting at the two conferences was very helpful and beneficial to me. And this is for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that everybody in the audience asked very good questions, and they provided some really good feedback to me for things that I hadn't thought about and ways to take my research further. But I think the most important thing that I've got out of both presentations is the encouragement from people that were in the audience. I had people come up to me afterwards and tell me that this was a very important topic and that I really need to continue on. And so just hearing encouragement from faculty members and from scholars and from researchers was very, very beneficial to me. And I just felt like, oh, wow, my work does mean something, and it encouraged me to keep going, because sometimes as a student you get burnt out, but presenting my work was really just very helpful. Also the networking. So because I presented on two different topics, afterwards I had people come up and give me their cards, and they invited me to collaborate with them, and it really just was just a completely different environment than perhaps, let's say, AERA, which I went to 2 years ago. And that conference was just very overwhelming, and I really didn't get a chance to meet that many people. I kind of just hung out with the people that I knew. But at CSCC, I've met so many interesting and wonderful people, and they've all been, again, very encouraging. Also, the feedback that I got from both presentations really helped strengthen the work that I ended up doing. So it's just a wonderful conference. And like I said, AERA, or another conference, a lot of them are so big, they're just not accessible. But this conference really is. It's very intimate. There's a ton of collegiality and support from people. And then you get to attend so many different sessions on a variety of topics. Everything from students to policy to faculty to leadership. I mean, there's so many different things. And it's hard to pick. That's the really bad thing about the conference. There's so many great presenters and people. You want to go to everything, but you can't. Also, you get to meet the top scholars in this field. I mean, there are people that I've cited regularly that all of a sudden I'm at this conference and I'm having dinner with them. So it's really such a great conference. You get to network, and again, you get great feedback on your work and encouragement. So if this is something that you think you might be interested in, if you have a paper that you think might fit, if you've done a lit review, please, please, please definitely submit a proposal. CSCC is great, and they're great about wanting student voices. And so I can't encourage you enough to apply and submit a proposal. The theme this year is Advancing Equitable Futures, and so any proposal that you submit should have to do with that topic. The deadline is November 30th, 2019 at 11:59 Pacific time. And if you're interested in submitting, you can go to the website that I've linked or that I've put on here. You click on Call for Proposals, and then that will take you to the guidelines, and that gives you all the information about the conference and submitting a proposal. Just to give you a few, you have to write an abstract of your proposal, which is 50 words or less, and then there's a 1,500 word proposal limit, which isn't that which isn't that bad at all. So again, I would encourage you, please put together a proposal. We want to hear from you and submit it by November 30th at 11:59 p.m. This, again, I can't tell you how wonderful this conference is. My advisor, before I went to my first conference, said, it's really like a family. And I kind of laughed because I thought that was a little hokey, but I said, okay, sure. And then I went, and she was completely right. So I had to apologize to her because, again, it's a family, and you will benefit in many different ways if you go and if you submit a proposal. This year, it'll be April 2nd through the 4th at the Tempe Mission Palms Hotel in Tempe, Arizona. If you have any questions, if you want to talk more to me about my experiences there, or anything that has to do with CSCC, please, please, please feel free to contact me. My email is lisa.garcia@wmich.edu, and my phone number is 269-387-0950. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn more about CSCC. And again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.